The story begins in the rugged mountains of northern Afghanistan, where the wind cuts through the valleys like a blade, carrying with it the tension of conflict and the whispers of countless missions that had come before. In a military outpost tucked into a jagged ridge, a small team of elite soldiers was preparing for a reconnaissance mission unlike any they had faced. Among them was a young woman named Lieutenant Sarah Thompson, recently assigned to the sniper unit. At first glance, Sarah did not fit the stereotype of a hardened marksman. She was petite, with sharp eyes and an intense focus, but she had no prior battlefield experience. Many of her colleagues assumed that her role would be supportive, handling communications or assisting with logistics. They did not expect her to wield the sniper rifle that had become an extension of her fellow soldiers' limbs. The unit's mission that day was critical. Intelligence had revealed that an enemy convoy carrying high-value targets would be moving through the valley. The terrain was difficult, the line of sight limited, and the stakes were high. The commander, Major Reynolds, had emphasized the importance of precision and patience. Every shot counted, every decision could mean life or death. Sarah had spent months training on the firing range, mastering the mechanics of the rifle, calculating distance, wind speed, and trajectory, but this was her first real field operation. She felt a mixture of fear and exhilaration, knowing that the entire team depended on her accuracy. As the sun began to rise over the mountains, painting the landscape in hues of orange and gold, the unit took their positions. Sarah found a narrow perch behind a boulder, the rifle resting on her shoulder. Her breathing slowed as she focused on the targets below, scanning for movement. The enemy convoy appeared, a string of vehicles winding through the valley, and Sarah's heart pounded in rhythm with her pulse. Her training kicked in. She adjusted her scope, considered the distance, and exhaled slowly before taking the first shot. The bullet sailed through the air, hitting its mark with an almost uncanny precision. The team held its breath, waiting to see the outcome. To everyone's astonishment, the target was neutralized instantly. Whispers of disbelief rippled through the unit. Sarah had made her first shot, and it had counted. The convoy continued moving, oblivious to the danger above, and Sarah prepared for the next shot. One by one, she tracked the figures, each time adjusting for the slightest shift in wind or movement. With each target she hit, the initial doubt about her abilities faded, replaced by respect and awe. 5 shots, 5 consecutive targets, and the mission was progressing beyond expectation. The commander's voice crackled over the radio, filled with both admiration and incredulity. Unbelievable. She's hitting every target. As the morning unfolded, the situation grew more complex. Enemy reinforcements were moving in from a nearby ridge, attempting to flank the convoy. Sarah's team relayed positions and coordinates, while she maintained her focus, eyes locked on the targets. Her training had taught her to remain calm under pressure, but the reality of combat was a different challenge. The roar of engines, the echoes of distant gunfire, the knowledge that any mistake could be fatal, all of it tested her mental fortitude. Yet, Sarah remained steadfast, adjusting her scope and breathing in measured intervals, channeling every ounce of concentration into each shot. The team worked seamlessly, relying on precise communication and coordinated maneuvers. Sarah's fellow snipers began to see her not as a newcomer, but as a formidable asset. Her shots created openings for the ground forces, allowing them to advance strategically without sustaining heavy casualties. As the sun climbed higher, the mission reached a critical juncture. The enemy convoy had entered a narrow canyon, vulnerable to a well-placed ambush. Sarah identified the lead vehicle, a lightly armored transport carrying key personnel. She adjusted for the angle of the canyon walls and the gusts of wind swirling through the valley. Her finger tightened on the trigger, and the bullet flew with deadly accuracy. The transport was disabled instantly, and chaos erupted among the enemy ranks. The next phase demanded quick thinking and adaptability. The convoy attempted to scatter, and enemy snipers returned fire from concealed positions. Sarah's team coordinated a series of counter-sniper maneuvers, using the terrain to their advantage. Sarah moved to a secondary position, her rifle ready, her eyes scanning for any sign of movement. One figure emerged briefly from cover, and Sarah's instincts took over. The shot was clean and precise, neutralizing the threat before it could endanger her team. The efficiency and calm with which she operated stunned even the most experienced soldiers around her. Hours passed in a tense rhythm of observation, calculation, and precision shooting. Sarah's confidence grew, but so did the danger. Enemy reinforcements arrived, attempting to flank the team from multiple directions. The valley became a chessboard of life and death, each move critical. Sarah coordinated with the spotters and ground forces, directing fire where it was most effective. Her skill transformed the battlefield, allowing the team to maintain control and minimize casualties. By midday, the initial skepticism about her abilities had completely dissipated. She had proven herself not only competent but exceptional, capable of operating under extreme pressure with unmatched precision. In the final stages of the mission, the convoy attempted a desperate escape through a series of narrow passes. Sarah tracked the remaining targets with unwavering focus. Each shot was calculated, accounting for every variable, from distance and wind to the angle of the sun. She hit each target consecutively, 5 in a row, a feat that earned her the admiration and respect of every soldier in the unit. The mission was declared a success, the intelligence secured, and the enemy forces neutralized. As the team regrouped and the adrenaline subsided, the reality of what had just occurred began to sink in. Sarah, once doubted and underestimated, had not only survived her first field operation but had excelled beyond all expectations. Her calm under pressure, her precision, and her unwavering focus had changed the course of the mission. Major Reynolds approached her, a mix of pride and astonishment on his face. "I didn't think anyone could do what you just did," he said. "You've set a new standard for this unit." The story of that day spread quickly through the ranks, becoming a legend in the military community. Sarah Thompson, once underestimated and overlooked, had demonstrated the power of skill, training, and courage. She showed that excellence is not defined by appearances or assumptions, but by dedication, focus, and the willingness to rise to the challenge when it matters most. In the months that followed, Sarah continued to serve with distinction, her reputation as a sharpshooter growing with each mission. She trained new recruits, sharing her knowledge and experience, emphasizing the importance of preparation, patience, and mental resilience. Her story became an inspiration, a reminder that determination and skill can overcome doubt and that true capability is revealed when tested under fire. The events of that mission remain etched in military history, not only for the tactical success, but for the remarkable demonstration of courage and precision. Sarah Thompson's actions proved that assumptions about ability can be misleading and that when opportunity meets preparation, extraordinary results are possible. Soldiers who witnessed her performance speak of it with reverence, describing how she transformed a perilous operation into a triumph through sheer focus and skill. Even outside the military, Sarah's story resonates as a lesson in perseverance and excellence. It underscores the importance of believing in one's potential, pushing beyond limitations, and remaining steadfast in the face of doubt. The sniper rifle, once a symbol of her inexperience in the eyes of others, became an instrument through which she demonstrated mastery and courage. 5 consecutive targets, achieved under the most challenging conditions, stand as a testament to her dedication and training. The valley where the mission took place is now a place of reflection for those who served, a reminder of the risks faced and the bravery required. Sarah's performance has been studied in training programs, illustrating the critical role of precision, observation, and mental focus in combat scenarios. Her story serves as both inspiration and instruction, highlighting the ways in which preparation and composure can shape outcomes in life and death situations. Through it all, Sarah Thompson remained humble, focusing on her team and the mission rather than personal glory. Her actions were driven by duty and professionalism, yet the impact was undeniable. She shattered preconceptions, proving that ability cannot be measured by appearance or background but by skill, dedication, and resolve. As night fell over the mountains, the team reflected on the day's events. The mission had tested every member, but it had also forged bonds of respect and camaraderie. Sarah, once underestimated, had become a symbol of excellence and courage, her performance a benchmark for all who would follow. Her story lives on, a reminder that in moments of extreme challenge, ordinary individuals can achieve extraordinary feats, and that true skill and determination can defy expectation in the most remarkable ways.